Greetings, YouTube. My wife and I went yard sailing again this weekend, and this is some of the cool things that we found for wicked cheap. This really cool dance pop, which is got this nice enamel, and this funky lid, which we picked up for $1. I got some more books, of course, because I can't help myself. Buying books is a disease, and I've got a bad case. What Einstein told his barber. How Hitler could have won World War II. I've always been interested in speculative history, alternative history, and this book essentially talks about what decisions that Hitler made from a military standpoint, which could have changed the course of the war. Of course, Hitler was a crappy military leader, and he got in the way of the people that he had in charge that were good military leaders. So from that particular case, I guess we should all be really happy he was a crappy leader. William Shatner, Star Trek Memories. I've never read any Shatner. I've read Spock's book, I Am Not Spock. I have read his book, I Am Spock, and I have read some of his poetry. But I've never read any Shatner, and for $1 I can read some Shatner, so I thought that was pretty cool. Stonehenge Decoded, which is a book written by an astronomer about Stonehenge, specifically how the layout of the structure and its use in predicting the rise of stars and seasons and things like that, which I think is pretty cool. Folding Stories, which is called Storytelling and Origami Together as One, because my wife is a fan of origami and storytelling, and for 50 cents, how can you lose? And the last one I got is The Amazing Story of Creation from Science and the Bible. Now, I bought this book for two reasons. One, know thy enemy. Now, I consider any person who is trying to force creationism into science an enemy of reason. Not personally my enemy necessarily, because I actually strive not to have any enemies, but an enemy of reason and of the education system itself. I have no problem if someone believes in creationism as a religious tenet. They want to teach it in their school, in their churches rather. They want to teach it to their children. I don't have a problem. But it doesn't belong in schools, and it should never be considered science because it isn't. It's an article of faith. The second reason I picked it up is completely selfish, because by me buying this book, someone else didn't buy it. Someone who might have been influenced by it and thought it was actual science. So I take it off the street, out of the hands of people who may be influenced by it, and I maybe can get some insight into how certain people think, particularly those who want to combine faith and science, which is never a good thing. Picked up a couple of DVDs. Batman Beyond, the movie, and Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Some nice kid sold those to me for $2 a piece. And then we had Crash Test Dummies, Peter Gabriel. So my wife is a major Peter Gabriel fan. Some Harry Connick Jr. I love his voice. Some Lenny Kravitz, Greatest Hits, because my wife is a big Lenny Kravitz fan. What's this one? Coldplay, because my wife is a fan of Coldplay. A Rush of Blood to the Head. And some Frank Sinatra, because I don't have any Frank Sinatra in my collection, and I think I paid 75 cents for it. So for that price, how can I not have some Frank? So I will probably rip these and put them into my computer so that I can then use them, which is perfectly legal because I have no intention to ever share them with anyone, and it's my possessions. I can use them as I choose. Don't let the recording industry tell you differently. I'm not trying to distribute them. I'm never going to share them, but I have the right to put them onto my media player or my computer. So those were our finds for Saturday, the 6th of June.